All right, good morning, everyone. Dan Hunt with the JSKA Rochester Virtual Dojo. Today is Saturday, September 13th. It's our first Saturday of session. Today we have a good event today. Miho is taking her Sandan test at the end of this class, so we'll be recording that in a separate recording. But I'm anxious to see how well she does, and I know she's a little nervous about it, but I'm sure she'll do fine. So today's the rest of the class is we're going to be working on some kicking drills and also Bassai Dai. Hopefully, Dirk, you get some good work in that one, and the rest of us will get a good refresher. All right, let's get started. All right, let's. All right, well, let's. All right, let's do some warming up. Take some jogging. And jumper jacks. Change your arms. Why is this giving me something different here? Keep going. Keep you change your arms or change your feet this time. Change your arms. All right, good. Arms around. And switch. Front and back. Arms up. Up and over. To apologize, we've got a little bit of a cold today. And switch. And down the middle. Flat back. Over to the right. And the left. Back center. And roll it up. All right. Left leg forward. Okay, front knee or front leg kick, back leg kick. Ready? Hitch. Knee. Thumb. Sheet. Go. Switch legs. Hitch. Knee. Thumb. Sheet. Go. Good. Knee lifts. Hitch. Knee. Thumb. Sheet. Go. Up to the side. Hitch. Knee. Thumb. Sheet. Go. All the way to the side. Hitch. Knee. Thumb. Sheet. Go. All right, side snap kicks. Hitch. Knee. Thumb. Sheet. Go. Good. Front snaps. Hitch. Knee. Thumb. Sheet. Go. All right, watch yourself behind. Back kicks. Hitch. Knee. Thumb. Sheet. And go. Good. Let's see, what else? Let's go sideways. Okay, stretch the groin. Okay, bring it back, open and close the hips. Okay, extend, go long. And up, bend at the waist. And other way. Stretch the groin, open that foot up. And open, close the hips. Go long. And bend at the waist. And up. All right. Cross your arms over cross. I gotta see if I can help Mike out here. He's having trouble getting on. We'll see if that helps him out. Go. All right, other arm across. Behind your back. And hip. All right, take your left arm, bring it thumb down to the back. Turn your fingers in and move it up and down. So stretching out that bicep tendon, also all the way up into the shoulder where it heads off. All right, switch. Same thing with the left or right arm. Turn the fingers in, up and down. Good, shoulders. And back. Opposite direction. All right, good. Turn, straighten your knees. Let's get started. Okay, so the first part here, we're going to do some kicking drills. Work on a little bit of the pendulum action that we're used to trying to do. So let's all go sideways. And I'm going to put this on, let's see, I'm going to try and remove the spotlight here. All right, so that everybody can be seen. All right, so from here, I want to take, everybody, you guys are going to have your right leg forward. I want you to take, and I want you to pick your backside leg up and push the hips forward. And then bring it back down. Okay, ready? Itch, knee, sun. So you should feel through the center of your hip joint rotating forward. Sun, sheet, go. All right, now we're going to lift and kick. So the kick ends at the end of that rotation upwards with the pendulum. So my giddy. It's ni, san, shi, go. So one of the problems that a lot of people have is they'll do this. This is not pendulum action where you lean backwards. Okay, the top from your belly button up should be the same. What you're doing is you're bringing your pelvic floor up and rotating forward so that everything is here. So let's just, even just from here, put your finger on your belly button and lift the bottom side of your body. 2, 3, see, all this stays tall. 4 and 5. All right, let's do it again. Ready? So just the bottom side moves forward. Everything else stays nice and tall. It's ni, san, shi, and go. Good, let's switch the other side. Okay, so just lifting the knee up, pendulum action. If you want to kind of keep your finger on your belly button, that's fine to find that pull up. Ready? Sorry, no kick. Ni, san, shi, go. Now add the kick. Ni, san, shi, and go. All right, good. So the idea is you're adding a little bit more length to the kick with the rotation, as well as you're adding some more body dynamics, so more mass behind the kick in order to deliver a stronger kick. You're also creating a little bit of a whip action with the hip as well, so that all adds up to better kicks. Okay, so let's do the same thing with side snap kick. So let's just stand up in a regular yoy stance here, and I want you to lift and then tip the hip. Now don't do this. This is not the tip of the hip. I want you to try and again keep this tall and separate. Let's just do that in place here without lifting. So from here I'm going to tip. 1, 2, so you're driving this in. 3, connecting. 4, 5, 6. All right, so now let's do the same thing. Again, we're going to tighten our side and lift the bottom side so it moves maybe about 3-4 inches if possible. So only the lift. It's ni, san, shi, go. All right, let's see if we can throw a kick or two here. It's knee. So that knee goes out, the foot comes up, and then extends out. San, shi, go. All right, good. Now here, just go to the other side. We're just going to tilt the hip, squeeze the side down, tilt the hip out. Ready? It's ni, san, shi, go. Now lift the knee. It's ni, san, shi, go. Now let's throw a side kick. Ready? Keep your posture really tall. Send the hip out. It's knee. Keep your left hand on your stomach area or right around your belly button. San, shi, go. All right, good. Any questions on that hip tilt? Okay. Yes, Mark?
Yeah, so it looks to me that we have to make two opposite rotations, first inward and then outward, right? Inward to lift and then outward to pull it out.
Um, I don't necessarily finish with a comeback hip. I leave the hip back here and let the foot come out straight without bringing it back to the center. If I wanted to bring it back to the center, I think that would be more conducive to like a Yoko Kikomi. So I leave it here myself. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't do it the other way. I don't think you need to turn it back in. Okay. So if you tell me if you think you see something different when I do it.
No, it's just one. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to do is this hip joint is somewhat limited this way, right? So what I'm trying to do is create just a little bit of turn so that when I lift it, I can lift it a little bit higher and my line can be more straight into the target. Now, you can do it without the tip if you want, as long as you kick at like a forward 10-degree angle this way. But what I found when I have students do that is they tend to make a round type kick to get that instead of the straight type kick, which is what we're looking for. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah, got it.
Great question. I like it. All right. Tell you what, last one, we're going to do Mashigiri. So this one doesn't quite have a pendulum action, but it does have a hip rotation to it. So send the knee forward and then put it down, step back. Okay, so we're going to lift. We're not lifting back here. Okay, that's a training method to get you to use your side muscles. We're going to assume you already know how to do that. What we're going to do is be lifting the entire way that you get to the front. Okay? And then when you're done to put it down, I want you to twist that hip back down. Ready? And then come back. Knee. And then twist the hip down. Done. So the angle of the lift comes from down here to up here, and it's kind of on a diagonal to get to the center. And your knee needs to be slightly past your target line because you don't want to hyperextend your knee. And then forcibly turn that hip back over to put it down so that you're going back straight again. Go. Now let's throw the Mashigiri. Ready. Knee. Last one. Go. All right, good. Now let's work the other side. Just the knee lift. Send it to the center. And then forcibly twist that hip back to be more straight when you put it down. So you get it down in a hurry, and you can actually kick again. Ready. Knees. Go. All right, now Mashigiri. Knee. I go. All right, good. All right, so that's all for the kicking drills. You need to take a minute break to get a drink of water. That's fine. Any questions about the Mashigiri development there? So the one thing that a lot of people don't do is they don't actually tip the hip over. Okay, so if you wanted to lift like this, notice my leg doesn't want to get parallel to the ground or anywhere close to it. But if I tip the hip over, now I can get more parallel to the ground. It doesn't have to be parallel to the ground when you do that Mashigiri. You know, a slight upward angle is probably fine, especially, you know, if somebody's got their hands up here coming up underneath that front elbow is probably a really good technique where they're not going to be able to see it. And then also there's usually an opening there. Tony, take note of that for your upcoming tournament, okay? Good slightly upwards Mashigiri is a really good technique for that. All right, let's move on to Bassai Dai. All right, so we're going to do, I'm going to do just a slight demonstration here with I'm going to face you. What I want you to do with this is, when you first start, is you need to drive in with your back leg, okay? Yeah, the thing I don't want you to do is lift and like stand here without any movement forward. There is a lift, but it's only enough to maybe put a knee into somebody or maybe to block something really quick, maybe this high. Doesn't have to be really high. So from here, it goes lean forward just a little bit by pushing your hips and just lift your knee enough to drive in and really push with your left leg in and drive into a nice strong Kosadachi. Okay, so I'm going to reach out and be probably a little bit more than a full step. Okay, so I'm really going to stretch it out, reaching out. So here's a normal step for me. I'm going to be more there. So about a step and a half type step. Okay, so we're going to face that way and have you guys follow us. Okay. So Masa in the middle. There you go. Ayo, Bassai Dai. And when you pull this arm back, this arm goes to flat to the ground. Right hand goes in toward the armpit. Ready? Itch. Let's try it again. Okay, so you're stepping out with your right leg. Itch. Now, big turn. Reach out with your right hand. Uchiuki 1. Uchiuki 2. Now again, reaching out, right hand behind yourself. Sotoki 1. Uchiuki 2. Okay, scoop. Reach out with your left arm. Sotoki 1. Uchiuki 2. And then bring it back to here by moving your left leg over, stack the hands. Okay, let's do it again. Bassai Dai. Itch. Knees-on. Shigo. Close. Open the hips. Itch. Close. Open the hips. Now take your left hip, and bring it backwards to collect the left leg and create the stack. Okay? All right, so when you're doing this stacked hands too, there should be a quick breath to start and then a squeeze of the body. Okay? Let's do this again. Bassai Dai. So quick breath in and then out. Itch knee. Then two outs. Itch knee. Then 2 out. Sanshi. And then breathe in. Out. Breathe in and out. All right, good. Let's see you guys online here. Probably good, but thought I'd just take a look here. Here we go. Bassai Dai. Itch. Isan. Shigo. Rook. Hitch Hutch. Coo. All right, good. So Peter, make a little bit more emphasis on the draw hands when you're making those or the uchukis and the sotukis on the turns and so on. So send the arm in the direction you're going. It'll help you turn better, as well as like if there's somebody behind you, maybe sending a punch here, you can strike that arm, okay, or hit them in the neck with it as you nullified their punch or whatever coming at you, okay? All right, let's move on from there. Any questions up to there? So again, make sure you really drive in with that first step. Okay, this is the name of the kata denotes storming the fortress. Okay, you can't storm a fortress by doing this. That's not storming any fortress. That's just politely knocking on the door. No. We want to break through the door and make them know that we're here. Okay, here we go. Bassai Dai. Isan. Shigo. Hitch Hutch. Ku. Okay, send the left hand out, tate shuti metal. Breathe in quick and then breathe out. Now, punch, finish the punch, one. Then make the pull hand back with the right hand. Okay, then twist, two. Then punch, finish that punch. Make the draw hand to the ribs. Send the right hand out. Don't twist yet. Now twist on the uchuke. Okay. Now adjust the left foot. Shuto. One more shuto and back shuto. All right, good. So when you're also, remember we've done this moving through stance thing, right? So with this back stance, can't just go here to move. You have to go in to drive. Okay, that'll get you a lot faster step. So make sure when you're in this back stance, you push off the back, but you also have to push this hip in or push this knee in so you can drive off of it, and you're moving the hip, rotating forward. Okay, squeezing the thighs together, make yourself have a really good fast shuto block. Okay, so make sure you bend that front knee in. So let's go from stacking the hands, feet just a little bit bigger than yoi. Okay, extend, breathe in quick, then breathe out. Left hand out. Okay, so again, finish the punch, create the preparation for the uchuki, and then twist. Itch knee. And then again, repeat. Sanshi. Adjust the foot, shuto itch. Now bend into that front knee, next shuto knee. One more, sanshi, and then back. All right, good. One more time. Let me watch you guys online here. Let these guys do their thing here. All right, here we go. From the beginning, from the beginning, Bassai Dai. Really drive forward. Itch. Nisan. Shigo. Rook, hitch, hutch. Ku. Ju. Itch knee. Anshi. Go. Rook. Hitch, hutch. All right, from there. Good job online. From there. All right, so we are going to adjust our front left foot over. We're going to turn our hip all the way in, reach behind them, and pull down. Pull this right elbow into our right hip. Okay? Yoko kikomi, fumakomi, low, and pull up to here. Okay? Trying to keep your shoulders down as much as you can, but this is coming up this way. Okay? And then when you're done with this kick, here, here, send your right arm in the direction you want to turn to. Don't just leave it hanging. Okay, here we go. From here, shuto, itch, catch. All right, fumakomi, kiai, and shuto, itch, itch. One more, shuto, knee. Okay, pull it back. Double agyuke. So this comes in and then up. Think of this as coming down on their arms and then going up into their chin. Sotuki double, half step, and then kazamazuki. Okay, strike the groin. 1, and up 2. All right, big turn, down block. Come on. Kibadachi. Tate shuto. Okay, Mikazuki Gary, hitch, elbow, 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's stop there. So go back to the last shuto here. Okay, reach and catch. I like to bring this back foot up a little bit and reposition it more forward. Since you're in a back stance, this is more of a front stance. Kind of a short and front stance for me. Okay. Okay. Fumakomi, itch. Ape. Knee. San. Chigo. Should be on your start mark right here. Itch. Knee. San. She. Go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. All right, from the beginning. We're almost done. All right, let's go. Bassai Dai. Hitch. Ni-san. Shigo. Rook. Hitch. Hutch. Ku. Hitch. Breathe in and breathe out. Itch knee. Sanshi. Go. Rook. Hitch hutch. Ku. Hitch. Knee. On. Shigo. Rook. Hitch. Hutch. Ku. Hitch. Knee. Sanshi. All right, good. All right, from there, bring it home. Here we go. All right, so from here, I like to have this hip twist as I bring this arms back. So squeeze and turn the hips, Yamazuke, 1. Okay, and now the next one, I'm going to completely compress the body, and then when I get to that full compression, I'm just going to go with this next one. Turn yourself a little bit to the 45 itch. And this was an in-breath to an out-breath. One more, itch. Okay, bring the right hand up, left hand out to the front. Itch, scoop, and up and down. Repeat, scoop, up and down. Shuffle in, shuto ich. Okay. Lead with the right hip. Tate shuto to the back side of the room. Now, use this like a folding door. This goes in. So let's see. Yeah. So this goes in, out. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to bring this right foot in, knee in, square it up to be the right direction, send the right hand where you're going, then step out with the left leg, shuto ich. Right? And ki there. Yame. Okay, so from 3 down blocks, or 3 strikes downward. There we go. Twist the hip and send it out. Ich. Knee, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, up, scoop, and then up and down. So I like to stop mine here and then up and down from there. I see a lot of people do this. I don't think you need this extra, okay? If you do the extra, I feel like you're trying to catch something and throw it over there, which means whatever's in your arm could be coming into your face. I like to strike it and then up and down on whatever's left over of the opponent, okay? So from here, ich, knee, shuffle in, shuto ich, knee, back stance. Make sure back stance is heading that way, okay? Close the knee and step out, ki ich. Hey! Yame. All right, good. Any questions? All right, one time on your own. No count. See if you can make it through here. Probably can. All right, Bassai Dai. Hajime. All right, good, yummy. All right, excellent. All right, everybody, thanks for participating today. That's the end of this portion of the class. We're going to start up in about 5 minutes with Miho's test. Stop recording here, and then we'll pick up the recording in just a little bit with her test. If you have, like I say, if you have time, please take a minute, go get a piece of paper and a pencil, or if you want to put it on your phone, that's fine. But I would appreciate if you'd send me your notes of what you had for Miho, okay? I know it's kind of hard because you're not here, but hopefully you can see what she's doing and be able to make some comments.